Hey everybody, Mr. Nightspyder here, and I have a little different thing to talk about. Xbox One. So, most of my life, I've been a PlayStation guy. I got the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and now I got the PlayStation 4. However, there was one time, the very first time actually, when the first Xbox was created and was in the works by Microsoft. I was really excited, not only because of it having a hard drive and you were able to store MP3s and then play that in the background while you're playing games, but the games that we were getting on there were very unique. They were different. Like Fable, for example, the very first Fable, Halo, Fusion Frenzy, Oddworld. Even though that was on PlayStation prior, Oddworld was just like in 3D. It was amazing. They even had an exclusive Star Wars game. I believe it was called Obi-Wan, and so on and so forth. There was like a whole slew of just these creative games that were exclusive that nobody could touch. And that was, in my opinion, Xbox or Microsoft, that brand at its finest. Fast forward to the 360 launch, I believe that was 2005, 2006, whatever. And things started changing for Microsoft, especially with Xbox Live. I wasn't too thrilled about the whole yearly fee. Now both consoles do that, but back then having to pay your internet bill plus an additional bill just to play games online, coming from a PC gaming background, that was just bullshit. So I wasn't even good about that. So I just, held my own and waited till the PlayStation 3 was launched. I remember I ended up getting I got my tax return on one of the years. I think it was 2007 or 2008, and I ended up getting a PlayStation 3. And I personally felt that the graphics looked great. The plats were there, and they had their own exclusives. But at that time, the Xbox 360 was the big dog. So, ironically, because it was the big dog, I felt like it didn't get as many first party support that it should have had. It was relying more on third party developers. So they were charging a yearly premium to play online. Plus, while there were exclusives, Gears of War, Halo, Fable, nothing else really stands out on my brain though where I'm sitting there going, yeah, that game like really made me drawn to it because it just wasn't there. So I stayed away, and plus with the PlayStation 3, I got to play online for free. I didn't have to worry about those types of things. Fast forward now to the future, both major consoles are charging a premium to play online yearly. So that's kind of like you kind of something you have to accept. However, with the success of the PlayStation 4, I've noticed that the first party support is there at a minimum. They're doing a lot of reboots, relaunches. Last of Us, for example, the Nathan Drake collection, Uncharted. But I really can't say that there's been tons of exclusives that really pull me in. There was Killzone. There was a Killzone game, but I don't remember playing that for more than like a couple hours. It just didn't pull me in. But the Xbox One now that they're the underdog due to their lack of hardware power, and it's not that much. I mean, the PlayStation 4's power is not like overshadowing the Xbox One. It's like minuscule, but the Xbox One is underpowered compared to its competitor. But the one thing I've been seeing is the upcoming first party titles have me raising my eyebrow again. Like is this? It feels like a second coming of where the original Xbox, the space that took, because I'm seeing all these amazing first party games, these creative games that drew me in to the original Xbox. That's what made me get excited about when the first Xbox came out, and then the Xbox 360 didn't have that for me. And now here we are, Xbox One, and they're the underdog, so they got to do something to catch up with Sony. And bam, all these amazing first-party titles are in the works. Example of a game that caught my eye is a game called Quantum Break, which is from um, the group that gave us the Max Payne series, and it looks like futuristic, kind of reminds me of Minority Report type of deal. There's also Crackdown 3. I don't remember a Crackdown 1 or 2, so this seems all new to me. And then from what I've seen, it kind of reminds me like the world it's in kind of reminds me of like an Unreal Tournament type of game, futuristic. Uh, that's the vibe I'm picking up from it. Then there's Scalebound, which is also a first-party IP. When it looks like it's like an RPG, and there's dragons involved and magic, but it looks like it has a futuristic edge to it, which is really cool. How the vibe is. It's very creative, and it's this creative buzz that's keeping me going on all these games that just gets me excited about it. It makes me wish that I had an Xbox One. I mean, I'm not gonna fork over another $400, but I might have to find a friend that has these games and stop by and play these new games that are coming out. Recore, I have no idea what's that about, but it's from the Metroid Prime director, so it's bound to be something epic because we all know how the Metroid Prime series went. It was very powerful, and then a very familiar Gears of War 4 coming. So a lot of exciting things coming out at Xbox One. And if you think about Sony and what they're doing right now, the only thing that's there is Uncharted 4. I can't think of any other first party games that's coming out that I'm really excited about. I wish they would have a Ratchet and Clank again, a new one. That'd be definitely fun. But it's not, the first party support isn't there, so it's kind of sad to see that. On top of that, another thing that Microsoft is doing correctly right now with this generation is backwards compatibility. There's over 100 games now that are from the 360 days that you could pop into your Xbox One and you could just keep playing them. You don't have to download the game again and spend money online. You don't have to, buy a remastered version of it. You could just pop the game and you're good to go. While Sony's not learning from that, they're being stubborn about it. I mean, the whole PlayStation Now is technically an online emulator of PlayStation 3 games. However, they're telling people that they can't allow the system, or it's not capable of being backwards compatible with PlayStation 3 disc, which I don't believe for a minute. Example, the Battlefield 4 game that came out. At the time when it came out, you had a $10 upgrade option where you can upgrade the game to the PlayStation 4 version of the game if you had the PlayStation 3. However, it would still require you to put the PlayStation 3 version of Battlefield 4 in the PlayStation 4 to play it with obviously the upgraded version. So the fact that they're saying that they're not capable of doing that is bullshit. It's very frustrating for me to continue to hear them say things like that. And then even now, when they're saying that they were going to do backwards compatibility of PlayStation 2 games at a minimum, now they're going the same route where they're making you download remastered or rehashed versions of it from the PlayStation Network. So basically, you have to buy the game again. So it's very sad, coming from a Sony background, to see them take this route. So it's just very disappointing. So what are your guys' thoughts on that? Are you thinking they're making the right business move, or are you thinking they're just being dumb and pig-headed? So leave your comments below, and if you like the video, like it. If you like it, share it. And if you share it, you might as well subscribe. Once again, this is the Nightspyder Collector, and thanks for watching. Peace.